All right, Miss Kathy. I think you are talking about, if I'm not mistaken, the part when she's going, felt like shouting, do 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 do, felt like shouting, so and stuff like that, and she just felt like singing. So on that part of the song, you obviously you know that your bass is going. You're going basically walking from the 1, walking up to the 4, back to the 1. You know that part. You said that, you're running your bass in your left hand. So I'm not really going to too much go over that part, but give you different things that you can do in your right hand while you're running that bass. So I'm pretty much going to do the basic. That run while we're doing it, felt like shouting. So the first thing that you can do, well, one thing that you can do is octave pops. Don't underestimate the value of doing the octave pops. So with everything that I'm going to be showing you in your right hand, I typically will eventually go back to doing octave pops eventually. So that's one thing. Felt like singing, right? Felt like singing, felt like singing. So that's something that you can do. Another thing is you can do kind of, I don't exactly know what the choir parts are, but something like that. You can play what the choir is singing. So, felt like singing, felt like singing, felt like singing. Sorry about that. I'll keep messing up now. So that's something you can do. All I'm doing right there is I'm playing the E major chord. E major, which is A flat, B, and E. I'm playing the E major chord in first inversion. And then I'm taking it down to a G flat major in root position. So if you want numbers, basically what I'm playing is, if you go to the flat 3, if you're in the key of D flat like you said, the flat 3 is E. So no matter what key you're in, if you want to know like a thing when you're going from the 1 to the 4 and you're doing that type of progression, you can play the flat 3's major chord in first inversion or any inversion. Oh, sorry. You can go there. What I mean is second inversion. All I'm telling you right now is that you can play some type of an E major chord and take this to a G flat major chord. So those are 2 chords that you can play with while you're doing that run. So, sorry. Octave pops, right? So, and all I'm doing is corresponding to the words. Felt like singing. That's another thing that you can do. A flat, B flat, D flat. And there's like no real format to what I'm showing you here. I'm just showing you a bunch of different options that you can use. So A flat, B flat to D flat. Right? You can add that in there in the midst of everything that you're doing. So you got octave pops. And all that was, like I said, I'm playing with those 2 chords that I've given you so far. E major, G flat major. E major, G flat major. E major, G flat major. different inversions. So learn how to cycle, or go between those two chords, whether up or down the keyboard. And you can use those. So, sorry, I went to a different one. And I keep on going through this, so I might as well show it to you anyways. So not only can you go from the E major and play with that chord, you can play with the G flat major. You can even play with this E flat minor chord. And I'm going to show you a different one, but so you got those, the E major, the G flat major. You can also hit a E flat minor. So here's what it would sound like if you were playing with that chord. So you can do either a G flat or a E flat minor. You can play with those chords. You can, just add that randomly throughout what you're doing. Also, you can add in a D flat minor. D flat, E, A flat. So you got E major, G flat major, E flat minor, D flat minor. Henry, why are you giving me so many chords that you can play? Because you can literally go up and down the keyboard adding in those type of chords, and it will actually not sound bad. Changing the inversions, watch this. That's E major in second inversion, E flat minor in second inversion, D flat minor in second inversion, G flat major in root position, E major root position, E flat minor root position, D flat minor root position. Now watch this. Sorry. Octave pops. Now what I did there. There's no format, is all I'm saying. There's no real format that you need to use whenever you're doing this. It's mainly just playing with those chords that I gave you in order to figure out how you want to do it. So if you want something more simple, that you can, that's something like, hey, play this type of thing, you can play a D flat minor to a E flat minor to a E major, and then go back down. Play with that. Now that one, D flat minor in second inversion with the grace note off of the G, to an E flat minor in first inversion, to a D flat minor in first inversion. So grace note, so right before you hit this D flat minor in second inversion, you can grace note off of the G, E flat minor in first inversion, D flat minor in first inversion, A flat, D flat, E, G flat, B flat, E flat, E, A flat, D flat. Now, once once you get there, you can go right back to the E flat minor, which is G flat, D flat, E flat, and then go back down to the D flat minor. You can even just cycle between those two. Watch this. So all I'm doing is just cycling between all those chords that I've already shown you. E major, you got the G flat major, you know, stuff like that. Another thing that you can add, and one more chord that you can kind of add in to play with, is a B major chord. Just a regular old B major. Now, if you try to like hold on to all these different chords that I'm showing you, it wouldn't really sound right. But when you do a whole bunch of these chords that I'm giving you during that little run, you know, and you're playing this stuff, watch this. That's a B major in first inversion, and it works. So you've got a D flat minor, E flat minor, you got a E major, you got a B major, you know, G flat, you got the E flat minor, root positions. Whatever inversions that you choose to play is up to you. You know? That's the B major chord right there. I was just showing you that it can work. Okay? Another thing. You can do the runs and things like that. So you got that type of thing. That is a E, E flat, D flat, B flat, A flat to a D flat. Okay? And it's just different variations of playing those notes. So you don't always got to go. You know, you're playing with those notes right there, doing whatever you want to do, but you're playing with it with that bass run. So. Right? I gave you that earlier. 5 to the 6 to the 1, or A flat to B flat to D flat. Da 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 da. E flat. E flat, D flat, B flat, A. You got that, right? What's another thing you can do? I'm trying to look at the video and then okay, here we go. That thing. So as you're going to the 4, once you get to this 3, 4, you can do some tritone plays right here and do the tritone of F. So you got F in your left hand, E flat and A, and take that to the G flat in your left hand with the E, B flat, I'm doing different tritones. So whenever I land on the D flat, I'm doing a D flat tritone, B flat and E to the B F, or to the what I just showed you, F to G flat with the F tritone, which is E flat and A, and you can take that up a half step, G flat tritone, E, B flat. That's something that you can add in here. And the key is you're mixing up all these different things. So it's like you're taking all these different ideas that I'm giving you, and you're kind of mixing, matching them in order to give some variance to what it is you're doing in your right hand. So. So there's no actually like format. Again, I'm just picking between all those things that I've given you. Another thing that you'll hear people do a lot, so basically all you're doing right there is you're doing an A flat and D flat. But right before you, or that's basically what you're doing right there, is doing an A flat and D flat. But that that's the G to the A flat. Right? And typically you'll hear it. Right? So. You know, stuff like that. So. So. Sorry about all the messes, but I'm just trying to show you. And you do it like different varying rhythms. But that last part of what I did, all I was doing was following the blues scale. Sorry. Remember the blues scale. D flat, E, G flat, G, A flat, B, D flat. You can play with that while you're doing the. So, all those things that I've given you so far, you can do. Another thing that you can do is while you're doing that run of going to. Looks like a lot, but it's not. So all I'm doing right there is you're doing like. Felt like singing. Felt like singing. Felt like singing. left hand. Dun, 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 dun. When you get to that 4, typically you go and walk up to the 1 from the 6. Right? You go 1, walk to the 4, walk to the 6. Oh my gosh. 1, walk to the 4, walk to the 1. But instead of doing it that way, you'll walk to your 4. 1, walk to your 4, then to the flat 5. Like that. 1, walk to the 4, flat 5. And when you go to your flat 5, you're going to play some type of a diminished chord. Just like if you was like playing preacher chords. Right here, that chord that you would be playing during your preaching chords, you know, you play that on the flat 5, which is G, and you're getting ready to do a movement. I'll show you. So you got felt like singing right here. Now we're gonna go 5 to the 1 to the 4 to the flat 5, from the 5 to the 1 to the 4 to the flat 5, from the 5 to the 1 to the 4 to the flat 5 to the 5 to the 1 to the 4 to the flat 5. You know, and we're just gonna cycle that as long as you want to. 5 to the 1 to the 4 to the flat 5. So the chord I got over the 5 is what looks like a B major chord in my right hand. I'm playing it in second inversion. G flat, B, E flat, and that's over the 5. Whatever inversion, doesn't matter. You're playing a B major over the 5, B major over the 5. When you get to the 1, you're playing a D flat dominant 9. So D flat, B, E flat, F, A flat. And I did add the E flat on that first chord with the B in the right hand with the A flat on the left. I added this E flat in there. You can add this A flat when you get to this 1 chord. You can add the A flat too, if you want to. But then you're going to go to the 4, G flat. In the right hand, you can play either just a regular 4 major chord, which would be a G flat major, G flat, B flat, D flat, or you can play this dominant G flat major, or dominant G flat chord, B flat, D flat, and E. The E is what makes it dominant. You know, any type of a dominant G flat major, oh my gosh, sorry, a dominant G flat chord you can play, or major. You know, it just kind of depends on what it is that you're looking for. So you got, and then you're going to go to that same diminished chord that started this whole thing off. G, E, G, B flat, and D flat. Felt like singing, felt like singing, felt like shouting, felt like shouting, right? Felt like praying. Sorry. You can walk to the 1 if you want to. Do 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 do. And that I did when we walked down 5, 1, 4, flat 5. So you can go 5, 1, 4 to the flat 5, 5. Walk down to the 1 from the 2. Or E flat, D, D flat. Notice how I got to that 3. I went F to the G flat with that tritone thing I showed you earlier. E flat and A to the G flat tritone. Right? And then back to it. So it's really just a matter of practicing all those things. That's what I do typically when I'm doing that type of a 1 and walking to the 4 movement. I use all of that type of stuff. Octave pops, E major chord, E flat minor chord, B flat minor chord, B major chord, G flat major chord, G flat minor chord, little pickup notes like that. A flat, B flat, D flat. I do octave pops. I do the, I do the blues scale. And play with those notes. I do that. Show you. Messing up, but okay. Here's something I can show you. So you got a D flat. Well, I don't think you play the D flat major chord. You play a D flat, A flat, and D flat. You can go to the 4, the second version. So D flat, G flat, and B flat, and then go grace note thing that I do going to like the shell of a D flat major chord, but except I omit the D flat and just do this. Right? So you're playing an F and an A flat, but you're grace noting off of the E. So this is a G flat major chord in second inversion. And then you got that. I wouldn't add that one in there, but right there. But you can add that D flat or omit it. So there's that. Let's see if there's anything else I would do. No, I really don't think there's anything else that I would do. I would just cycle between all those type of things. So this video may have seemed real fast. It may have been like I'm just throwing way too much out, but it's a video. So you can go back and, rewind it and rewatch parts if you like need to get it a little bit more and understand it. So take advantage of that. Let me know if there's anything else I can do in order to show you stuff right there. Maybe we need to slow it down and just practice a certain part, I know the Lord will take care of me, will provide for me, lead and guide me all the way, yeah, all the way. Felt like dancing, 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 felt like praying, 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 felt like. And then if you're wondering like what the other variances are mainly just me changing the inversions of what I'm doing. So I may go, felt like singing, or felt like singing, or felt like singing. It's all the same chords. E to G flat, or E to G flat, or E to a G flat. When I'm doing the minor chords, really I just played two different chords right there. D flat minor, E flat minor, D flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, E flat minor, and just playing with those notes. So hopefully that helps you. Let me know if that solves that question you had.